In this video, we're going to go over the steps you need to take in order to get your front boards to the next level. Currently, you have a lot of the correct baseline principles needed to execute a proper front board. You're just making a few slight mistakes on the takeoff that are going to make it really hard to get the front board dialed in. So that's where we're going to go and tackle now. So currently, when you're taking off, you have a few problems. First, you're letting your board preemptively start sliding across the takeoff. When you go and take off early like this and start letting your board slide, it's going to make it so when you're extending, you need to extend all the way straight to actually get that feeling of popping off the lip. And when you go and hyperextend like this, it has a few really detrimental effects. First of all, it's making it so you're completely straight. When you're completely straight in your body like this, you don't have as much range of motion to rotate throughout your hips, making it hard to get the front board around. It also makes it so your weight is set really strongly over your toe edge. And when your weight's set strongly over your toe edge when taking off for a front board, it's going to make it so you're leaning forward back towards the takeoff, causing you to go and land onto your toe edge. When you land toe edge first onto a rail, you're going to have to spend your time rebalancing your body position from leaned to centered. If you're going and trying to rebalance your initial body position, it's going to make it so you're not going and changing your stack position in correlation to where your board is on the rail. Instead, you're trying to just find that base front board position. And that's why we're seeing you go and lose balance here and struggle with the feature. So what you need to do here is what I'm doing on the left. Keep more bend in your hips, letting you go and keep your weight set over the rail. Setting your weight over the rail like this really helps because it makes it so when you pop up, you're naturally getting pushed sideways without needing to rely on turning towards the feature, making it so you're getting over the rail with less sideways momentum. The next thing you need to do is make sure that you're maintaining more bend in your legs. By maintaining this hinge forward and bending your legs, it gives you way more of a platform to rotate your hips around. And that's what you need in order to get that full front side board side position. The next mistake that you're making is instead of going and landing with your board angled up, what you should be doing on the tube, you're going and landing with your board nose first in a downward angle. When you're landing with your board downward, it's going to make it so when you hit these round surfaces, your momentum is going to carry you off a rail, causing you to go and slide off the far side. So even though you don't have much sideways momentum here, you're going and making it so that you're going to be sliding off a rail every time. But if you go and hit the rail with your board slightly angled upwards, it's going to make it so you're hitting the side of a feature, what kills a lot of your sideways momentum. And then after that, you use a little bit of that sideways momentum to rock you over back to center. So that's the key when doing a front board on like a small down rail like this, is hitting with that slight bit of angle upwards and then rocking over to flat. So we're going to go over to your next front board attempt here. And this one, your takeoff is a lot straighter. You're a lot more patient with it, but we can see that your body weight is really set forward towards your toe edge, causing your board to angle upwards. So the reason why this is happening is because you don't have enough hinge in your hips. If you had more hinge in your hips forward, more bend in your legs, it would naturally make it so your weight's going to be set over the rail with less air time, allowing you to go and take off straighter with still getting on the rail. Your biggest mistake on this one, though, is right here. You're coming in and you're pushing your front foot down into the rail, causing you to land with this downward angle really drastically. That's going to make it so you shoot across the rail, and that's why you're going and sliding down early. If we compare that on the left, I'm going and using a lot smaller of a pop motion. Instead of going and trying to get airborne, I'm trying to get as little air as possible and rely on this angle of the snowboard to help me get up and over the rail. This is a much more consistent way to get on the rail because as soon as you start trying to balance impact, you're not going to be able to commit to having your upper body as open because a more open upper body doesn't absorb impact as well as a stacked body. So we want to go and lessen the amount of air we're getting onto the feature. We can really see it here. You're going and doing a full-on pop, shoulders lifting, body extending. This is making it so you have to do two motions, your full extension, then your rotation. And that's making it so there's more components where it can go along. Here, it went and set it so your eyes are down this way, making it so your body weight is set slightly too much over your toes. And that's going to make it so for balancing, you're going to need to go and fight. And we can see that you're slowly leaning towards your toe edge throughout the duration of this rail, finishing sliding off your toes early. If we go to the left here, I'm keeping my board completely straight, not digging that toe edge at all. You can see that I'm almost leaving completely flat based. The reason why I can do this is because of how exaggerated my weight is set over the balls of my feet uh, by having my body hinged forward. That's making it so my head is basically already over the rail. So here, instead of needing to worry about pop up, my legs can just worry about rotating out. So I'm letting my board ride all the way off, then just rotating the hips, trying to keep my head as level as possible. I want you to really focus on my head positioning here. Watch it how it just goes and stays in the same spot from straight to rotated. See how there's no movement between leaving the lip and then hitting the rail? This just helps you balance. Combine that with going and using that angled takeoff to kill your sideways momentum, and then rocking over to flat lets you stay way more squared, helping you get front boards so much more consistently. So what you need to do to get your front boards to the next level is keep more bend in your body, keep more bend in your legs, let your upper body hinge forward a little bit more, not breaking up the waist. You'd never want to be putting more weight on your toe edge to cause you to turn off. You should be leaving relatively close to flat base. So just keeping enough bend forward where you're having weight set over your balls of your feet and your head is more towards the center of the rail. Then you want to go, and instead of going and extending your whole body up, fully extending, keep a little bit of bend in your body. Trust that you're going to get up and over the rail. Then as you rotate your board, instead of going and popping over, just let your board slam into it with that slight bit of angle, and that's going to go and let you catch the rail, and then that little bit of sideways momentum you do have will help you go and roll over the rail. From there, you can just keep your centered point a little bit more on your board. This should be easier to do, hitting these steps more correctly, and that's going to allow you to get a much cleaner front board. Making those steps will probably help your front boards get to the next level. Anyone watching this video, we actually go and do these video analysis for all of our Addiction Plus members. Addiction Plus is our online subscription service. We just launched an app, so you can go into the App Store, download Addiction Plus, sign up, and submit your videos to be broken down, and we'll help give you coaching like this. Because our goal is to improve your riding. So if you have a trick or you're struggling with this, come submit it to Addiction Plus, and we'll go and help you get to the next level. Peace.